Are you ready? Because we're going to start breaking down the Real Housewives of New York City. Oh, yes. All right, so let's walk through the cities. Straight guys, good night. Okay. Nighty. So let's go ahead and start with OC. So the Real Housewives of OC started out as an inexpensive way to rip off Desperate Housewives. There you go. Bravo. Shout out. Okay. Shout out to you, Bravo. So anyway, they were kind of boring. You know, I gotta admit, I don't get these shows. I don't get these bitches that don't work and don't do anything. I don't know what the fuck they do in OC. They all live in that fucked up cul-de-sac together with matching granite. There's like one granite in the entire county of Orange County. They all have that one granite. You know, they get fucking mani-pedis, fine. But all these women that don't work, I sort of get it, but aren't you bored by like 11? You know, enough already. So sure enough, the Real Housewives of OC was chugging along, but it's a little boring until this year. And they really kicked it up a notch with Gretchen, the new hot, sexy blonde on the OC, who, I think she killed her husband. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry. But there's a character on The Real Housewives of OC who started out with this like Kenny Rogers looking older sugar daddy who's just dead now. I'm sorry, but I think she might have killed him. I think they're just killing people now on The Real Housewives franchise. I'm not kidding. Because he started out, he wasn't feeling well. Next thing you know, he's dead. And then there's a scene where she's with his children in a sexy little skimpy outfit and showing off a giant diamond ring that he bought her before he died, going, look how big it is, look how big it is. He's dead. I just want FYI. And I'd like an investigation, not like you like how they keep saying that in Jersey? I'm gonna do some investigating. I thought it was get to know. You know, like in real life you might get to know your friends. In Jersey, you fuckers investigate. Some investigating. All right, we're getting there. Believe me, I'm working up to Jersey. I'm working up. It's a journey. It is a journey. We're on the tri-state. We're almost there. So, all right, so Gretchen, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but do you know who she's now dating in real life? Slade from the breakup with Joe and Slade. Yes, that's her real boyfriend, that man whore Slade, who I get crabs just thinking about him. I think the word Slade and I'm fucking itching like this and I'm brushing the crabs off my piche. I am. I'm brushing off. I'm sorry. I gotta go get that salve now and make it all go bye-bye and say I got it from a dorm bed. All right. But really I got it from thinking of Slade. So, all right, so there's the OC. So then we go to the Real Housewives of New York City. Now once again, I know. Those girls, you know, ratcheted things up another notch. I gotta tell you, there's so many fascinating characters on that show. But this year, they added a particularly crazy bitch, Kelly Kilgore Benzino. Now, this bitch be crazy. In the most awesome way. Now, first of all, she used to be married to a famous photographer called Gilles Ben-Simon. Now, the only reason I know who Gilles Ben-Simon is from watching Tyra Banks on America's Next Top Model. That's the only way I've heard of this guy, looking at Tyra week after week saying, congratulations, you are one step further to becoming America's Next Top Model. Among the prizes, a photography session with famed photographer Gilles Ben-Simon. So, that's the only way I know who this guy is. So when I heard the name Kelly Ben-Simon, I thought, okay, there's his clearly ex-wife. And then I finally saw a picture of Gilles Ben-Simon. And of course, he's, you know, this French old fart that married a, you know, teen model back in the day. And boy, did he get a little more than he bargained for with her, right? That's right. So now he's, I don't know who he's banging now, but he's, you know, in his early hundreds. In a way, he kind of reminds me René Angelil. That is right. The husband of Canadian songbird Céline Dion. Bonjour, ça va? Je t'aime. Je suis Céline Dion, who is married to René Angelil. And they have a son. He's the most beautiful person in my life. He's my son. He makes it all worth live. Every day I wake up and we make les œufs avec fromage. And I go in, I have the play with little managers. All right, so he's one of those dudes, and she was married to him, and so now she's one of the Real Housewives. And first of all, she's been all over the news because apparently she beat the fuck out of her last boyfriend. Now, for straight guys, I don't mean to alienate you, but that's some funny shit. I can't help it. I'm sorry, but every time I see a news item where there's a woman who beat her husband, I just laugh. I'm sorry, but I know it's wrong. It's wrong to promote violence. But when they have like those Dr. Phils where a woman beat the fuck out of her husband, I just laugh. I laugh every time. I feel that a woman should be able to throw a vase at her husband once or twice a year. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get political on your ass, because, you know, normally I don't do the political comedy, but that's my political statement. So anyway, there's this Kelly on The Real Housewives, and the most famous scene is she met with Bethany, who I actually like Bethany, and so they had this conversation that was like out of the blue where she said, and by the way, how Kelly, being such a New Yorker, has this weird like 14-year-old girl from the Valley in California accent, I don't get it, but she's met with this girl Bethany that she doesn't like, and she kept saying, you know what, you and I are like never gonna be friends, okay, Bethany? Because I'm sorry, but like I'm up here and you're down here, okay? Me, like up here, you, like down here. She talks like she's on fucking South Park, and she's always frenetically like moving her hair. And she just is a nutbag. But that whole conversation of I'm up here and you're down here is just classic. And she's got that weird accent. And so on the reunion, she was trying to explain how she didn't beat the fuck out of the boyfriend, but she certainly could.